Right, today is a very important day because it's this first session that I have with Jonathan. Now, Jonathan is a very interesting individual. My man is, what is he, 530 pounds, so morbidly overweight. Mentally, absolutely needs to be where he needs to be, which is a state of, I know I fucked up, I can't believe I've let my health get to this level, time to fix it, I'm gonna do anything it takes to fix it. G mindset. Highly successful businessman, highly in tune with what he needs to do, and is on the path to self-improvement. I personally care massively about Jonathan. I care about his health, I care about his mind, his spirit, and I know his heart's in the right place, and he's a very important guy to society, so I consider it a massive responsibility and a privilege and an honor to be the guy to help him turn his health around. I'd love to film everything about his transformation and his training, such as going to meet him and just have a camera on 24/7, because the transformation is going to be sick. Understandably though, for someone who reaches that level of bad health, there's going to be a lot of insecurities, and there needs to be a mental fortitude there in place, and to build the mind up and the spirit and the self-confidence and the self-esteem before just publicizing something on camera. And that's actually, on a meta level, one of the things that I'm working on with him, a level of self-acceptance and a willingness to put yourself through a transformation and take accountability publicly. You get what I'm saying? Because yes, ultimately you're the only thing that matters, and what the world thinks of you. But also, when you do reach that place where you're like me now, you just stick your shit online because you just don't care, or you put yourself in the public eye because you're just like, yeah, cool, I'm so cool within myself. I'm willing to put it out there. I'm willing to help others and inspire others. It's a good metric to see like where you're at. You get what I'm saying? And this is on a 180 level compared to people that need to have external validation because they are insecure. I'm saying it's the other way around, where you find security first, then you're willing to put it out to help others. You get what I'm saying? There's a big difference there. We'll get into exactly what I'm doing for him and how I plan on doing this. But I need to hurry the up because he's downstairs for his first session, so let's get cracking. So I'll introduce you to these six principles of striking, yeah. This is my format that I've come up with over the years. And this relates to everything. This is fighting, this is life, these are the principles of fight and mastery, right? The first one is anatomy. So everything is underpinned by the deepest, most autistic level understanding of how something's built. Like literally, how are you constructed? If you understand how you're constructed, you know exactly how you need to move. If you understand how you're constructed, you can deconstruct a person. Me just saying throw a right hand is like the most surface level shit. Me saying throw a right hand, engaging every part of your kinetic chain efficiently, is a whole other thing. Two is breath and emotional control. So your ability to breathe and stay calm and put yourself in a state to best operate. And obviously, like, as men, what do we have? Emotional control. That's our strongest thing, right? Three is then stance and balance. So balance is the most important thing in fighting. All a fight is me trying to take your balance and keep mine. That's it. Whether that's by hitting you, whether that's by throwing you, it doesn't matter. That's what fighting is, right? Four is distance control. Whoever controls I call it like distance frame. Who controls a frame controls everything. Sales, fighting, it's the same thing. We've got a relationship, me and you as an opponent and two opponents. It's like my ability to control this distance determines the outcome and what terms I fight on. Do I want to fight on in here? Do I want to fight out here? Yeah. And that's a very important principle. Five is the most common one that I say to everyone, which is why most people are just shit and they never actually get good, is intention. Most people are mindless. Six is timing. So this is all underpinned by timing. And eventually, the better and faster you get, the more consciously competent you get, this all just flows together. So are we relating to these principles all the time? Tuck that pelvis. And be careful with the word think, you're feeling. We're coming out of our minds as men, we're coming present into our body by feeling. Tuck that glute, shoot the glute. Yo, there it is, that's it there. Relax. There. Can you see the difference? Come up into that Vitruvian position. Activate the glutes, nice and strong. Now try it, and this is gonna burn on your core. You feel this, trust me, if your glutes are on. You see that? Yeah? So, yeah. Good, right, pause so you don't die. All right. So I don't want to see, this will piss me off if over the next 2 months, you're still doing that, because you haven't been disciplined. You gotta treat yourself like a baby, like you're riding a bike. So pay the attention to your toes, don't let them flop around. Yeah, good. So this is real functional exercise. This is aligning and moving your body like it should. work. It doesn't mean you're doing crazy shit in the gym and you're like throwing kettlebells and shit. It's just using your body how it needs to be. And look how much you're sweating. There you go, right, that's it.
Yeah, that feels so much better.
Yeah, it will.
I get that.
Yeah? Good, so we're making that mental connection now, perfect. Yes, good man, there you go. And look at the toes, staying still. That's progress, I like that, good man. Sick, good, excellent. You just piecing this shit together. Start understanding, again, it's that metaphor for anatomy. When you understand why and how, the solution becomes easy. Bop, bop. More from the hip. Good, look at them feet, solid. Love it. There, not bad, good, time. Good shit. That's good. Stand up, stand up, stand up. You don't need to sit down. Go on, stand up, stand up. Give yourself like 10 seconds at the end, just to enjoy the fact that you've moved properly for the first time in who knows how long. Don't let it be normal that you're tired. You're not tired. That's you just going into old habits. Yeah. You don't need to sit down like that. Like, and it's you're programming yourself that you're lazy and you're incompetent. You're not. Just stand the f up. You're fine. When I show you the breathing, it will be easier to recover as well. For now, just breathe through your nose. And if you want to talk fighting as well, what's the worst look for a fighter after sparring, after in between rounds? Say, I've just done a round. Do you get what I mean?
Why is he sitting down?
And now he's going to wonder, if Radic is such an old man, why is he still standing? Why is he still coming at me?
It's the worst thing, so don't get in that habit. Like, if you're a fighter, you're a fighter. You recover by walking around like this. You recover by moving more. The phrase I tell myself is, I get stronger the more tired I get. That's an important habit that I've noticed, actually. You need to be more strict with yourself. Don't just give yourself permission to flop over.
Making the point that, and John knows all about money. I've also experienced quite a lot of money. I've also experienced losing a load of money. And this point is, it's just starting, what are we in, 2023, right? 2023 December, this bull run's just starting. Bitcoins or whatever the f*** is, I don't even know, 40,000. And that's the point, right? 30,000 or some shit. I don't even know anymore. And this is coming from someone whose life used to depend on it. And you know what that was? That was 4 years ago, probably 3 years ago. First bought Bitcoin when it was like $3,000 or something, yeah? Actually no, when it was about 1,000 when I was trying to buy drugs, but that's a separate story. But anyway, the point is, I was low T. I was absolutely low T, was unhealthy as f***, had no testosterone, no life ambition, no spirit, no vitality, organ problems, was eating processed pizza, was taking drugs every 5 minutes, had no friends, was living in misery. As soon as my testosterone came back, I started looking sexy as shit, like start glowing, have life purpose, give value to other people, and have just completely realised that money and coins and shit don't actually solve anything. If your problem is that you are empty and you're a fucking loser and you're insecure, no coin ever, no matter how many dogs it's got, no matter how many X's it does, it's not going to change a thing. What's going to change is fixing your biology, your purpose in life, making peace with your demons, being disciplined and having something to fucking actually get up for that inspires you and helps other people and that you're fucking proud of. Are you actually proud of your token, or are you proud of the fact you can buy a bit of jewellery because of the token? When I say my word, what is my word? It's do what I said. Find your purpose. Join my network and I'll teach you all this. Get in shape, get strong, be proud of your health, and just become physically and spiritually competent. This is real life screenshots of me getting robbed of, this is about 500 grand, right? Ready? So about 18 months ago, my whole life revolved around crypto. I'm not going to say the exact story how, but I went and met with very, very dangerous people because I thought I was too clever for the world. I was like, what I'm doing is working, I'm dealing with dangerous people doing dangerous shit. I'm too good, I'm too clever. I was a lone wolf on my own. Oh look, transaction. Oh look, minus 20 grand. Minus 100, can you see this? Let me zoom in on it. Minus 20 grand, minus 170 grand, minus 5 grand, minus 210 grand, minus 126 grand. I don't even know how much that is. I don't even know. Here's the thing though. I stacked all of that and I made all of that because I studied the fundamentals of crypto, Bitcoin, and all this shit. I was obsessed with it. I was a nerd for it. I know that all this money is going to be worth like 15 mil probably in not even that long. I could be sat here knowing, oh, I'm going to be worth 10 mil and I could be comfortable. Would I have been actually wealthy for that? Absolutely not. Am I glad I lost it all? Absolutely 100%. I'm so grateful. Alhamdulillah, thank you. God is righteous. Because what I did is I paid that money to realise, I paid that fee, whatever it was. I paid all of that to learn a lesson, which was that money does not give you value. It doesn't give you wealth. It doesn't give you anything. If you're stuck and you're trapped and you're not able to move freely in mind, body and spirit, you can't do whatever the f*** you want with your vessel, you're broke. Doesn't matter how many zeros you've got, you're broke. And look at the confidence and the calmness that I'm saying this with. I don't have anywhere near that money right now. I know I'm going to get it, and it's because I'm on the right path. So that's the point. Like, the point is, do not think that a fucking number is going to fix your shit just because you can buy some stuff with it. It's not. It's the value that you create in here and how healthy you are in here, which will attract the number in a scalable, sustainable way, which will give you the life you actually want. But you have to come from here. You have to do the deep work to fix yourself first. Mind, body, spirit. And that's it. You get what I'm saying? John, am I right or wrong? Tell me.
Yeah. You considered it ill-gotten gains, and it was toxic and poisonous money, and it never would have served you. It never would have served you in any useful way. So yeah, better gone, better with a fresh start. I think it's Wilding that says health's wealth. 100%. That's the truth. Money will always make certain components of life easier, better, flow better for you, and things like that. Money allows me to come here to do this with you. It's much better though if you could start with having your health right in the first place. That's the most efficient path, and it also would be. I'd hate to know the millions I've lost. That is a direct reflection of being in inferior health.
In war, you got to expect the unexpected. 2v2, me and the Saiyan versus the French problem
And a soccer player.
and a So expect this guy to fall over straight away and start crying. And you've got the juggernaut, the wild card juggernaut. John 5 can get in and hit whoever he wants, whenever he wants. So it's up to everyone in the ring to just be prepared. You might get hit with a cannonball.
That came from the point I was at in my life, and struggling with, at the time, was crippling anxiety and panic attacks. And this was the only way that I could figure out a way to make money and thrive. So I thought, okay, here's the deal. I have anxiety to the point that I don't want to go out and talk to customers and do sales. I don't even want to go talk to my people at work or do anything, but I need to make money. Okay, how do I connect those two dots?
Yeah, alright, so for a young guy, say you're like 20 years old and you're like, okay, I know I need to get rich, but I've been told that health is more important. How would you say in your experience that could be true? How could you?
The number one thing is that you should have been able to have created an extraordinary amount of confidence from that. So as me and Sam Raz have talked about, you know what? I'm not rich, but I've got a little bit of money. Maybe my grandpa gave it to me. None of you people know that, and you're never going to figure that out. You have no clue. Maybe I get tons of chicks. Maybe it's because I'm great with women, or maybe it's because they know my grandpa gave me a ton of money, and that's both of those things you can fake. The health thing you can't fake. There's no faking it. At some point, you've got to do the push-up. You've got to run, and to get jacked. That's the one thing that you cannot fake. And so you should have extraordinary confidence going in and knowing that you've accomplished something that most people haven't, and use that then to fuel you, to power you, knowing that all these other people haven't. You're better than them.
I can attest to that. Well, 100% the case with fighting. Anytime I go into a room with celebrities, rich people, it didn't matter who they were, I was like, I will crush you with my bare hands, and I've proven that I can by getting beaten up so many times. I'm now the capable one. That's something that it does something to your spirit. So he's completely right.
Now is the real Valentine's Day begins.
You called time early, bro. There's 30 seconds.
So, again, I've mentioned this to you. There's a misconception. I'm sure there's some fat people or out of shape people that just completely don't care and maybe like being that way. They like being victims or whatever. My particular case has been trying hard and going forward, but having then to still have to face myself and realize that I had some mental hangups, some things about my own personal insecurities that I still had not worked through. And so once I'd make some progress, I'd then be like, but you're still insecure about these things that you're not you're not good enough yet at, so what's it worth? Why does it matter anyway? And then go back.
Yeah, that's the same with money, by the way. That's the same with guys. By the way, what John's talking about there applies to getting rich. It applies to becoming a world champion at fighting. Look at Alex Volkanovski the other day.
I never thought I'd struggle with it, but I mean, like, for some reason, when I wasn't fighting or in camp, I know it's a very common thing. It was something that, again, I never understood. Yeah, I've never dealt with anything like that, to be honest. I was struggling a little bit not fighting, doing my head in. I don't know how. Everything's fine. I've got a beautiful family. You know, I need to be keeping busy. I need to be in camp. Otherwise, I'm going to do my head in.
If you haven't dealt with the thing that's eating you up inside, it doesn't matter if you're successful, unhealthy, you take drugs, you eat burgers, you make money, you beat people up, you do yoga 10 hours a day, whatever your thing is to distract you from the fact you've got deep insecurities. If you're not dealing with those insecurities like a warrior head on, which doesn't necessarily mean punching people, just like Alex Volkanovski, if you don't know how to face yourself in the mirror and go, I have this hang up, this weakness, and I'm going to overcome it with this strategy. If you haven't done that, you don't know how, you're going to be no matter whether your coping mechanism is bad, good, or what. It's always going to lead to a negative place. Always, 100%.
Or I'd even say that you have to leave room for you're not gonna go to battle with it and defeat it. That you may have to accept it.
Oh, totally, yeah.
You know, like I know particular guys that are like not very tall, and it really affects them negatively. Like
who? Who'd you know like that? Send them my way. I'll fix them in fucking 2 seconds.
Yeah. So you don't.
Height is a social construct. It doesn't even exist.
Exactly, and. Nonetheless, it's one of those things that's one that you're either gonna have to wear those Ron DeSantis fake boots on to make yourself 4 inches taller, or you gotta accept it. Wisdom is knowing what you can is to know what you can change.
There's a term
and accepting what you cannot.
There's a term I got taught in a trauma therapy session once called radical acceptance.
Yeah.
Radical acceptance just means, hey, this is what it is. Deal with it. I accept it. That's fine. Move on. Control what you can change.
Yeah.
That's it. Simple.
Yeah.
Which I like a lot.
Yeah.
Hey! Where the f did that come from? Where was that for the last 10 reps? Beautiful. Good. Let's go. Strong squat up. There it is. Excellent.
The mark of a fit person and an athlete is their ability to recover.
Oh, yeah.
Recovery is a skill. Yeah, it's not about how hard can you make it for yourself. It's how hard can you bring it back down to normal.
Yeah.
It's actually the answer is you focus. You need to be conscious of your recovery. Don't just floppily like go, oh, it's over, and just let your body and mind run away with how stressed you are. In between the exercise and the rounds, and this is what if you want to compete in boxing. This is a fucking crucial skill. In between the rounds, you've got 60 seconds to get your shit together. To listen to exercise, to clear out cortisol, to get rid of stress in the blood, to take in oxygen, get rid of carbon dioxide. You have to be strong at breathing, which means first being aware of it. Makes sense? Don't just let your mind off to wherever and just think, oh, thank God I'm not exercising. No. Okay, I stopped exercising, now I start recovering. You stop exercising, you start recovering. It's as simple as that. And all you do is mentally, it's not an exercise in holding your breath, it's actually an exercise in just calming down in your mind and convincing yourself you're okay. And then it turns out you can hold your breath for ages. It's exactly what you're going through now. The more you just take control of your breathing, chill the f out, the better adaptations you're going to get quicker. So we just talked about the psychological one. There's a biological one, which is your cells and your blood and your lungs and your heart aren't used to metabolizing glucose effectively yet, because I haven't done it in ages.
Yeah.
You haven't put it through hard exercise like this. So it's gonna, once you've done this, you've just mentally forced yourself to do the task, which is good. But on a physical, biological level, you're not used to doing it. It's all about fluidity and confidence in your own body. Here, what you're gonna do is come back, keep the chin in, legs come up, arms come out, like that, all at once. And then come back up to here. What's gonna happen? Just let yourself go. Oh, look, easy. Then, throw yourself back up. All in one movement if you can. Throw it up. Let's go. Let's go. Go on, hey! See? Beautiful. Let's go again. What I want you to do though, this is fine, this isn't a criticism, it's an improvement. As you hit the floor, try and use your stomach to bring you forward versus the hands pushing off the floor.
Okay.
Yeah. There it is. Yes, that's it. That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be hard because what? You've never used these muscles in years, right? So it's gonna be hard. Guess what? This is gonna be another test we can remeasure. So eventually, over another few months, you're gonna be able to use your core purely to get you back up. How do you feel about that expression? Can't teach a dog new trick or dog new tricks.
Oh, that's bull.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, like legit bullshit.
So don't get set in your own ways. Do you get what I mean? Don't get set in your old ways.
Let me go get my water.
So it's fucking offensive and it's wrong and it's bullshit and it's limited to think, oh, you're old, so that's basically your life over. You can't really achieve anything else. It's bullshit. The thing is, every time you do those same movement patterns to get up, unconsciously, you're basically telling yourself, oh, I'm an old dog. I've only got one way of moving. Do you get what I'm trying to do here with you?
Yeah.
Be more creative and give yourself permission to move in more expressive ways. So I really need you to dial this concept into your own head. When you find yourself sitting around, getting up, don't be that fucking old dog that's like, oh, this is the only way that I move.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the rust there. That's age. That's death.
Yeah.
It's like a factory worker, metaphorically.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to stack these shelves forever because I can't do anything else. Fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're limiting yourself by with rusty movement patterns. And there's no right or wrong, remember. And we touched on it earlier with the dancing thing. No man that can dance is unhappy, really.
Yeah.
Like, when you're moving.
He gets you out there and you're like dancing. And he's like, now, what is your goal? Say it.
Of course.
Dance harder.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, because that motion is the emotion, right? And so he's adamant about, if say I was gonna write my goals for the year. He's like, you don't sit down at a desk and do that.
Watch your movement. Bro, why do you think these lizards get people sit still, children, sit at your desk?
Yeah.
Why do you get punished for being the one that's moving? Bro, even to this day at 30 years old, it pisses me off still.
Yeah.
Surely see something about that, but like, do you know what I mean? That's part of the reason I do the work I do.
Right.
So I'm like, this is way deeper for me than just losing weight and getting in shape for summer, get a six pack for summer. It's unprogramming paedophilia at its root. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's countering satanic paedophiles. Sit still, children, back up, like sit at your desk for 8 hours.
Right.
They know that movement, freedom is movement. That's what wealth is, that's what abundance is. That's why, by the way, one of the most inspiring people in the world that I've really looked up to is guys that have they lose their legs or they've got motor neuron disease and shit.
Yeah.
And they still somehow manage to keep it together. Like those guys for me, they're the kids of the. You know who else told me that? Who agreed with me? Is my teacher. Who's the most phenomenal human I've met physically. Like he's a special forces veteran, right? He's the most. His power is unmatched. I've never met another guy, and he said, "I'm nothing compared to my friends that got blown up," because he said they still fucking live. So we've got this amazing privilege. Is my point. Like every time you sit down, every time you need to just turn around to open a door, if you can do it in a new way,
right? You're
growing, you're changing, you're staying young at the same time. It's a nice little contrast that you're growing younger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Growing younger, I like that.